Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure you check out your other placements because you could have messages in those readings as well. All right, my friends, let's get started. For Sagittarius, what is the current energy around Sagittarius for the week ahead? Ooh, TikTok. Okay, so something divinely timed. Ooh, and breath just flew over there. Okay. And building blocks on the bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you've got TikTok, breath, and community coming through. Breath in the reverse, building blocks on the bottom of the deck in reverse. And interesting, 29 and 30. So you're getting cards in a sequence. Very well shuffled deck. So you've got three cards in a sequence, 28, 29, and 30. Isn't that interesting? 28, 29, 30. You're really on a pathway here. I love seeing that because that is, for me, that's a sign that you're moving towards something. And you're moving towards something that is divinely timed. And it feels like it's something that is sort of showing you where there are things that may not be serving you anymore, that are sort of in your pathway. This could be coming through on the bottom of the deck here to serve as sort of the overall message for your reading, that now is the time to address certain cracks in the foundation of your path. Okay, and it is the time. Divine timing is here, TikTok. So this could be a time where you might be finding that your values have changed, or you're strengthening certain convictions, or you're letting go of certain things that no longer serve the vision that you have. This could be a time where you're actually know that to be the case, but you might actually be ignoring this. You might be saying, no, everything's fine. I don't need to change anything. So it's interesting. You'll have to see how that fits for you. Are you acknowledging the things that don't serve you anymore? And are you taking action on them? Or are you acknowledging the things that no longer serve you and not taking action? Or are you not even acknowledging the things that don't serve you? This card is heralding for you that it is time to be very, very honest with yourself about these metaphorical renovations and upgrades that you're making as you're building a new pathway, or as you're building your pathway. This is an interesting time. If you think about this as an idea, like a metaphor of like renovating a house, when you renovate things and you sort of start to pull things down to the studs, you might start to see, oh my gosh, that wood is rotting, or that foundation isn't as stable as it appeared. And now that, we can see everything stripped down, it's obvious where we need to make improvements and where we need to make some changes, maybe even structural changes. And so if you use that as a metaphor, and with this divinely timed card, this TikTok, it's really time for you to do this work. And I just noticed this. This is really fascinating, my friends. You've got card 31 behind 28. So you've got card 28, 29, 30, and 31 really, really pushing you into a spot where you're being guided to understand your intentions and your motivations, and to see where things need to be adjusted and where you need to make changes. And then we're seeing this idea of it all being divinely timed, and that this is no accident that you're here now in this space where you're trying to understand things from a perspective of like what's in service to me and what's not in service to me. And so this says to me that right now it's time to make a commitment, Sagittarius, to remain in a high vibrational thought pattern. And if you sort of pay attention to this message, then it will seem as if you're aligning to your highest calling and your highest good now. And so it's time to decide what sort of what kind of thoughts and feelings are you going to hold on to right now? Because it's a very important moment for you, Sagittarius. There's something here that it's just a very important time for you to make a commitment to what kind of thoughts and emotions you're going to hold on to. Because it feels like there's some stuff here that needs to be looked at. Like you're looking at your intention and your motivation, and you're also being directed to look at what in the foundation at its core needs fixing, renovating, adjusting, replacing, or just throwing away. Something that just needs to be gone. Is very interesting. And then, right in the middle of this, we see that breathe card, breath card. And that's guiding you to really trust this and to sort of shake off whatever has been making you feel that inertia or that procrastination or, even the laziness that may be creeping in as you start to sort of lose focus of your why. And lose focus of your intention and motivation of why you're doing whatever you're doing in the first place. Something must have happened to challenge you, and challenge you big time, because you're starting to actually need a wake up. Like when this card appears in the reverse, it has a really strong message of wake up and do something to shake this off. Go outside, get some air, take a walk. Do something in your life right now to move from head into body and breathe. Because if you're staying in your head space with certain thoughts and beliefs about your path and about your intention and about your motivation, that makes me feel like somehow you could be derailing yourself. So it's very important to remind yourself that everything in life is sort of connected to this divine timing and this divine source of energy. So don't convince yourself that all hope is lost. There might just need to be some improvements made, some renovations. When we have a house that needs renovations, it's seldom that we decide to demolish the house and start from scratch, right? That doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, we just need to make some improvements. And we need to be sort of really, really honest with ourselves about what needs improvements and where we need shift and where we need to adjust things, and for you, it seems to be coming through that you've got to shake off this feeling that all hope is lost or that this project is never going to work. This is the time to really be honest with yourself about where improvements can be made, where you can enhance things, where you can remove things that are actually causing compounded issues. Like, let's say you have in this metaphor some wood that's rotting. Well, that rotting wood is an issue. And if we ignore it, it could develop into a bigger problem than if we had just removed that one singular piece of wood that seems to be an issue. But, in my mind, I'm seeing this metaphor like that could spread, and then you might have to destroy the whole house and rebuild from scratch because, or maybe you've discovered some signs of termites or something, and you've got to address it. You've just got to address it instead of being like, I don't know how to address it. I don't know when to address it. I don't know what to do now. And that overwhelmed sort of spiral that takes over, that's why you're being guided to sort of move out of that energetic space, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that each breath is precious. This is really a time to slow down and look at things, but not to slow down and look at things and not do anything, but just to get your bearings, and don't ignore what's lifeless. Don't ignore what needs to go. Oh boy, 10:10 on the clock as I look. I've spent 10 minutes talking about these cards, but it's very profound message, and it feels urgent. It feels urgent. Sagittarius, it feels urgent. It's interesting. Okay, let's jump into the tarot cards and sort of get into this a little bit deeper. Okay, there's the Page of Swords in reverse. All talk, no action. I love you, Sagittarius. Please take this message as it's intended with the love that I have for you. You've got to take action here. The timing it seems critical. It seems really important to take that timing. And, I haven't even talked about this community card. This is telling me that the people around you are a factor here. So, in that metaphor of the house, there actually might be some people that no longer serve you. You might be, there might be people taking up space in your life, and that like you need a new community. You might need to find new friends, a new community that understands you. There's the Knight of Cups. You might need to find new people to connect with because, there's nothing wrong with the people you're connecting with now, but there might be something about this that's causing you to not be fully open. Sometimes we can be around wonderful people, and yet we still feel like we're in the room alone because we just don't connect, and that might be part of this story for you. There may be, you may find yourself matching energy instead of finding people that you can just be yourself with. You might find yourself being like, I only fit in when I match their energy. And I feel like seeing the Knight of Cups and community, that says to me you're looking, you might be needing to look for people that you can just be yourself with and feel like you can be who you are and be open emotionally and talk about the things that are important to you and take action on the things that are important to you. Seeing that community card almost makes me feel like for some of you, you might need to find a new group of like-minded people to add to your life, to add to your life. There's the Ten of Wands, which says that you've been under tremendous pressure and you've just been hiding out, with the Hermit in reverse. So you've been under this tremendous pressure and feeling really overwhelmed. And as a result, you're hiding out, you're isolating yourself. You're not talking to anyone. You're not being like, you're not taking action on anything. And I feel like, when I said you're all talk, no action, it almost feels like, yeah, like you might be saying, oh yeah, I'm doing these things, but are you like, or has it slipped a little? Has it slipped like where you're not really going for it like you used to? Something has derailed you here. And it's like you're being guided to sort it out and shake it off. Sort it out, shake it off. Don't let that be the overwhelming energy here. Don't hide out. Don't escape life. Rejoin life. Come back to this because it's interesting. I feel like for some of you, you're in a community of people right now, or you're part of a community that you just don't fit in with. And belonging is really important right now. Finding like-minded connections is really important right now. Finding that sense of family and friends and family, your chosen family. Like, it's like, who are you connecting to right now? There are some essential community connections that I feel would serve you here, because if you're not, I feel like right now you're not part of a community that makes you feel like that. you're not feeling inspired by the community that you're a part of. It's interesting. Everyone is important in a community, you know, and I feel like right now you're all by yourself. I feel like you're hiding out and you're not part of any community. Like, it really feels like you're keeping all of this to you. Like you're putting all of this on yourself, and I think it's kind of turning into an isolation, a withdrawing from society. There's this lonely aspect to this, and like, loneliness is different than being alone. I think this is loneliness. Like, you don't feel like, maybe you don't even feel like you have a friend that would understand if you started talking to them about this, and that, like, it almost feels like this has been a burden for quite some time for you, Sag, with that 10 of swords or 10 of wands in reverse. Like, you've been sort of having a difficulty connecting and asking for help and letting someone in, you know, and it's like you're not releasing your burdens, and it feels like it's overwhelming you. And there's some stuff here that you're being guided to look at, to see, like, how can the structure be enhanced? How can my situation be improved? I need to look at it now. And I feel like some of those improvements involve bringing people in that are like people that you feel like are like-minded, that you can be open and honest with and trust. There's also this idea of taking action on things instead of just thinking about them, like put it to action, and being open, not feeling like being vulnerable is a negative, feeling like being vulnerable is a strength. And by really being vulnerable about how you're feeling about something, that can only open things up for you. Because I feel like right now you're in that isolated, withdrawn place, and it's just not serving you to stay there all by, like, really all by yourself. And yeah, you're really being directed to shake this off, find some like-minded people, get outside, take a breath, like really reconnect, because you're sort of at a place where it feels like you're disconnecting, and it's not showing any signs of improvement right now. So it's time to take this message. It's the right time, right? Let's clarify some of this. Yeah. 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords. You're not, you know, this 2 of Cups is heavily loaded. This tells me that you're not able to see eye to eye with yourself or others right now. And that you are withdrawn because you're recovering from so much feeling of stress and burden and being overwhelmed. And it's almost creating this willful blindness to things that you know need to change and improve, but you're reluctant to do something about it right now because I think you're just exhausted, and you're recovering from a period of feeling disconnected, even from yourself, disconnected from others, but also disconnected from yourself. Like, oh, Sag, this feels heavy. I might have to pull a 3rd deck out for you, or a 4th deck out for you, just to get you the guidance that's necessary. But I feel like it really is about coming out of that state of isolation and reconnecting again. Not being afraid to reconnect with others again. And look, there's the Knight of Cups coming out again on the Knight of Cups. So really coming forward and being open and honest and sharing your feelings as they are. Like, look what's on the bottom of the deck. It's a really heavy time for you. You've got to shake this off. And I don't mean to be cavalier with that when I say that. Like, if there's some serious stuff going on, then it's time to ask for support. It's time to find a solution by connecting with people and talking about it openly. You know, like, if there's some stuff going on here that needs a solution right now, that's what I'm feeling. Something needs a solution now. And so let people in. let people help you. Let let someone help you carry all these burdens. You don't have to carry them by yourself. Look at that. Tower and 10 of Swords. This is a big moment of shift for you. And as the ground beneath your feet is crumbling and shifting, you know, you don't need to be by yourself for this. I feel like the worst is over, Sag. Like, I feel like the worst is over. But now it's time to get up and start again, right? To get up and start again. And it's a new landscape here with this tower. Like, you know, that metaphor of building blocks here being in reverse with the house falling and needing to be rebuilt is not too far of a stretch here. So you're at a place right now where the structure has shifted and things are sort of actively being changed in your life through this clearing, this energetic clearing. It is divinely timed. And it has been a burden for a long time. And it's like the pressure has gotten to a place where it can't get any more pressurized. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Very heavy energy to carry around, but also the end of that energy being so heavy and carrying it around, because the Tower's here to save the day. And I know that might sound funny to anyone who's a reader out there, but really this is here to break the pressure, break the tension, and shift everything so that it can breathe, like you're being guided to breathe. Yes, you need some fresh air here, Sag. This is too heavy. So it's really time to shift out of this and to look at things from a different perspective. We're seeing the Page of Swords back on the bottom of the deck in reverse again. So we got that card here. That tells me it's time to take an action towards this and to see a new perspective taking form that you're going to take action towards, and to sort of free yourself of this idea of this nervous energy, this feeling that you're not expanding. You're feeling that everything is going to stay this heavy and dense for forever. Like, it almost feels like that's why you're taking this time out in the Four of Swords. I feel like if this is resonating for you, you probably haven't felt like leaving your bed. You probably haven't felt like leaving your bedroom. You probably haven't felt like leaving your house or talking to anyone. You just want to be alone and just shut out everything. And it's like you've got this strong message coming through for you to say, shake this off. Do not resign yourself to just laying there with these 10 swords in your back, or to this idea of collapsing under the weight of all of these wands. This is time to reach out to support and to community and to people. This is a time to connect again and to look at that foundation honestly and see where you need change. Where does shift need to happen? Where do you just need to surrender and be open to it? I almost feel like things are going to start changing around you and you just have to let it happen. But that there does seem to be an action for you to take with this Page of Swords, that it's time to stop thinking about it and just take that action, and to find your people, to look for those supports. Where is your support network? Where's your community of support? And are you tapping into it, or are you just sort of isolating further and further? Okay, I am going to pull one more card for you. Let's see what guidance you'll get. I'm curious what guidance will come through this deck. You're the only sign that I've pulled a fourth deck for this week, but I'm curious what will come through for Sagittarius. Highest guidance for Sagittarius at this time. You got one card come out. Let's see if anything else. Okay, 3 important messages and one on the bottom. You've got, the first one that came out was self-love. Okay, Sag? It says here, show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of my inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. So self-love is number one, my dear Sagittarius. Second card that came out for you was being enough. It says here, the innermost heart says, you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow more deserving. You, yes, you are love, and you are enough. Beautiful messages here. And gratitude is the third card that came out. I still haven't gotten to the bottom of the deck, but gratitude says, find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now, and let that gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm, like the warmth of the sun. So self-love, being enough, and gratitude are three major pieces of guidance coming through for you. And the bottom of the deck is divine timing, which is this TikTok card that started your reading. And it says the divine brings things in. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect time. May I always trust your perfect and holy divine timing. Like, it's such a beautiful message of trusting that it's time. And it's interesting because the card that comes right after that is change. Don't scare yourself within the next with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. Just one step. Take that next action, like that Page of Swords said. Yeah. You can say, just show me the first step and change me into the one who can change it, or the one who can take it. I don't think you need to change anything. I think you yourself just have to take that step. Show me how to take that first step so I can take it. It's very interesting. I'm glad I pulled that deck for you. These cards are beautiful. Self-love, being enough, gratitude, divine timing, and there's change here. There's change here for you. And I feel like it's totally timed divinely. I'm going to leave it at that for you, Sagittarius. I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Take care this week. Really feel the intention of this reading, and I look forward to reading for you again, my friends. Take care.